All right, so we just saw 4 amazing toys for beginners, but now we have some things here that I think it's important to showcase as well. Like, you can't just get a toy and go for it. So why don't you take us through what these are?
Certainly. The one important thing that you have to consider when you're getting any kind of sex toy is that lubricant is very, very necessary. We do that only because it's incredibly important that you're comfortable. You know, obviously, personal lubrication is something that happens as one gets excited, but with any toy, it's incredibly important that you feel comfortable with it, you're relaxed, and that it's obviously easy to use. And a lubricant's incredibly important. You cannot use any lubricant with a sex toy because it's made of silicone, and some lubricants do obviously negatively impact that. So it's important to get a water-based lubricant.
Okay.
I get the question a lot, is KY jelly okay? It absolutely is. It's very medicinal though, so it's something that you would buy, and it's not very interesting or exciting.
Yeah.
So we do stock on Lady Faye's Boudoir some very nice lubricants. There are 2 that I wanted to show you today. They retail for 45 Rand, so they're very, very inexpensive, and they're locally produced, which I love. It's really, really nice to have someone locally produced, even in Cape Town.
Yeah, wow.
So it's great to have 2 products on the site that we know, we know where they come from. We've seen when they've been manufactured. This one is Nature Fresh. It's incredibly natural. It's as natural as you get. It's as close a thing as your own personal kind of lubricant that you're creating, and it's spermicide free. So and that's a whole different discussion, but while it's not ideal when you're trying to fall pregnant to use a lubricant at all, because lubricants do obviously trap sperm.
Yeah.
If you do need a lubricant of any kind of type, a spermicide-free one is a good. So this is as natural as you get. And then Wet is another product that also is produced locally, also a natural, very basic lubricant. Both of these are fragrance-free, so it's not that you're going to all of a sudden smell like raspberries or cherries or crazy things that you might not like. But it's incredibly important to make sure you use this, both lubricate yourself and then obviously lubricate the toy so that you're comfortable.
Okay, good.
So it's incredibly important to get those. And then the other thing we get asked a lot is, how do I clean this? Now, in some cases, certainly the ones that are waterproof, you can actually just put it in the dishwasher. But most people find that a little bit frightening to wash your plates and everything in the toy with it. Also, the other thing about dishwasher soap or any kind of soap is the pH balance is usually off.
Yeah.
No one should actually be washing the delicate areas with a non-pH enhanced soap. Most people of us do, but it's not the right thing to do. In fact, sex does change our pH quite significantly. So if you are engaging in any kind of sexual intercourse afterwards, you should be using something that neutralizes your pH.
Right.
It's why people get things like yeast infections and get bladder infections quite often if they're obviously engaging in a lot of sex. So making sure that you keep your pH is incredibly important. So we on Lady Faye stock a Nature Fresh product that is pH neutral. It restores your pH balance, and obviously anything that you're washing yourself with, you should be washing your toys with as well.
Right.
So we suggest you wash your toys with something pH neutral that's nice and calming, and that obviously doesn't impact you in any negative way. You don't want to be getting any kind of infections because you didn't wash your toys correctly.
Now, can you use this to wash yourself?
You can absolutely use this to wash yourself as well. In fact, we advise to use it for both.
Yeah.
But obviously washing your toys, especially because it's going to be in your most intimate area, is incredibly important. So use something that's pH neutral, and this is just an example of one. It's Nature Fresh, and this is rooibos flavored, also obviously locally made. There's a tea tree cleanser as well that you can use. So they're both options, and both are available on our site.